What you need to know about the i2U2. A new Quad, a new strategic alliance among the United States, UAE, India, and Israel. How 4 countries and 4 religions interlink to i2U2. What is the target and purpose of this alliance? What are the 6 focus areas of this Quad? Stay connected to this video to gain interesting information about this new alliance. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like, and press the bell icon to stay updated on my future videos. I2 stands for India and Israel. U2 stands for USA and UAE. Number 1. 6 focus areas and purpose of the alliance. The i2U2, the country's foreign ministers formed the bloc in the fall of 2021 to deepen technological and private sector collaboration in the region and tackle transnational challenges in 6 focus areas: water, energy, transportation, space, health, and food security. Number 2. The principled vision behind the i2U2. Each of i2U2's leaders stressed the group's desire to mobilize private sector capital and technologies to solve practical, shared challenges. Trade and transit infrastructure, clean energy, waste treatment, and critical and emerging technologies were all identified as priorities. Largely missing, however, was any overarching, principled vision of what unites these 4 states in partnership. Number 3. Religious vision. For countries' 4 religions as USA Christianity, UAE Islam, India Hinduism, and Israel Jews. An aspirational vision for the group's core identity would not be all that difficult to find, given the striking religious diversity of its members. By highlighting their shared commitment to pluralism and cooperation across faiths, i2U2 could become a venue for cooperation on a variety of other initiatives. It could pair pragmatic, development-oriented problem-solving with peace-building across religious and communal divides. In addition, the shift would offer the Biden administration a means to broaden its vision of world order from one that is primarily defined by democracy versus authoritarianism to one that considers other important features of national identity and helps to build different sorts of bridges with strategic but undemocratic partners like the UAE. Third, an i2U2 that advances pluralism across its member states could also encourage the practice of related values, including protections for minority, religious, and human rights. Number 4. Aim to achieve. India sees clear and tangible benefits from the i2U2, starting with the group's first 2 announcements: a $2 billion investment and technological assistance for agricultural initiatives. i2U2 thus offers a model and platform for sustained mobilization of capital from the UAE that is supported by Israeli and American technologies and championed by Washington. In addition, given India's close ties with both Israel and the UAE, New Delhi has much to like about the i2U2 as a diplomatic device to accelerate, deepen, and guarantee the ongoing normalization of relations between Jerusalem and Abu Dhabi. Israel supplies critical military technologies to India. Finally, i2U2 offers India an opportunity to cooperate with the United States on its own terms, not as a junior associate or a formal ally, but as a self-confident and strategically autonomous partner. The rapid advancement in UAE-India relations started around 2015. The UAE is India's 3rd largest trading partner, and earlier this month they signed a free trade agreement that is expected to increase their bilateral trade from $59 billion to over $100 billion in 5 years. The UAE also recently signed a free trade agreement with Israel, and they are planning to increase annual bilateral trade to over $10 billion in the next 5 years. 1 year after establishing relations, trade reached $885 million, according to Israel's economy minister. It remains to be seen whether this target would be exceeded because of i2U2 engagement and projects. Israel's newly established relations with the UAE have been quite warm and are advancing at a rapid, perhaps even surprising, pace. Other than the East Mediterranean Gas Forum and the more recent Negev Forum, i2U2 is the most visible platform that Israel shares with an Arab country. Israel has significantly advanced its relations with India since the 1990s. Negotiations surrounding a free trade agreement have made substantial progress, amid a backdrop of intensifying Israel-India economic cooperation. First, Israel-India bilateral trade increased from $200 million in 1992, when India formally established its embassy in Tel Aviv, to $6.35 billion in 2021. Second, the Haifa port project that was initially awarded to China and which the Pentagon repeatedly warned Israel to cancel, was reportedly awarded to a joint Indian-Israeli bid that will operate the port until 2054. Third, Israel is India's major defense supplier. India makes up 42% of Israeli arms exports at an estimated annual value of $1 billion. Between 2015 to 2019, Indian arms imports from Israel increased by 175%. i2U2 and the projects agreed in the summit are likely to substantially increase India-Israel bilateral trade. Number 5. Areas of cooperation and potential risks. Cooperation among i2U2 members represents key areas in the 21st century global economy. The group should avoid entering into geopolitical issues that could derail its principal objective. For example, a number of experts fear that the UAE's current foreign labor force may be replaced with Indian workers. Another danger is that i2U2 falls victim to mission creep. Although the group should not spread itself too thin, i2U2 can expand by advancing cooperation in new areas in the future or by pursuing cooperation with other partners in both the Middle East and South Asia. i2U2 has huge potential, and its composition provides ample opportunities for win-win cooperation. The United States has vast capabilities in every conceivable area. India has massive human resources and talents. Israel has advanced technology in a number of important fields, and the UAE is advancing innovative policies, attracting startups, and is willing to invest substantial resources. However, the burden of its sustainability will mainly lie with the UAE and Israel, the main beneficiaries, to maintain the interest of the United States and India and justify its continuation. So, it was fascinating information about the new American alliance. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for listening and watching it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and share the video. Keep watching Englerica the Global. Take care, goodbye.